Okay, now we will talk a bit about the ungodly, demonic, worldly, sensual practice of dating. Just so the title is clear, just so you know where I'm coming from. It would be proper to put another word, attach it on to dating. Recreational dating. That's basically what goes on, not in the world, but in Christian spheres. Recreational dating. Dating for the fun of it. Getting into some kind of relationship just because you think you would like it. When young Christians or whatever in the church, so I hear, someone's dating or something, I'll walk up to the young guy, let's say he's 16, and I find out, or the girl is 16, and there's this big class ring on her finger or something, and I walk over there and I go, hey, what's that? Well, I'm going steady. Well, congratulations, when are you going to get married? What? I go, yeah, when's the date? Oh, I'm not going to get married. Then what are you doing? Well, I'm with him. Why? Because I want to be. And? Conversation usually ends by them storming off. It's a great thing when you can have everything you want and you don't have to assume the responsibility for any of it. And that's what you allow. The Bible says, do not awaken love before its time. And I'm afraid that's happening every day. Because of media, because of television, because of parents who allow their children to watch things they shouldn't even watch themselves. Let's look at some things. Some of them will make you very mad. Statistically, we understand that most Christians, I have to put parentheses around that because most who are called Christians are not, in a culture that considers itself Christian. Most Christians, those who identify themselves with a visible church, have had 5 serious relationships prior to being married. 5 relationships, serious, with someone of the opposite sex. Now, let's say that physical sex is not even involved. The way we are made when we cleave to someone of the opposite sex, although I'm not going to sit here and say that you become one with every person you date, there is still the principle there of a cleaving and a uniting whenever two people of the opposite sex come together in some relationship that has the hint of romantic to it, hint of companionship to it. There is a binding, a meshing, a melding in a way, a welding. And so what happens? You get to your marriage one day and you're not whole. Because you've already given part of you to 5 different people. And on your marriage night, you're not alone. Those 5 people come with you. Whether you realize it or not. And whether you realize it or not, it will affect the way you look at your wife, and the way you look at your husband. It will affect everything about your marriage more than you would dare to believe. And it was never God's intention. Nor has it ever been the practice of even secular culture. The first thing you need to realize is that dating is a modern phenomenon. I mean, you go back 150 years, forget it. You can't even find it. So we've got thousands of years of human history with absolutely no evidence of such a practice. We come to present day, we wonder why marriages have gone to seed. We wonder why there's immorality rampant everywhere, including what's called Christendom in America. And maybe we ought to just put two and two together. The last 100 years, things have gotten a lot worse. In the last 100 years, dating has become prominent. Something to think about. Something to think about. Listen, guys, girls, if you're anything like I was, you're as dumb as a rock. You really don't know what you think you know. I know you don't want to hear that, but you really don't know what you think you know. You really don't. And what you know has not come from good tutors. It's come from others just like you. And the media. And everything else. You don't know. One of the greatest verses in the Bible for homeschooling is this. That you should not be a companion of fools. You send your child to school, he's going to become a companion of fools. The greatest influence in his life are going to be other foolish children just like him. Where did you learn about all the things you know about romance and sex? From whom did you learn it? The Bible? Or television and friends and other things? All wrong. A little boy can't play with the same things, can't handle the same things a man handles. It's just wisdom. Now, a 16-year-old boy starts dating. He has become nothing of a man. He is a little boy who wants to play the games of men and yet does not want to assume the responsibility of men. And our culture doesn't want him to either. We have little boys who at about 11 or 12 or 13 become adolescents. And they stay adolescents until they're 35. It's true. Don't be angry. It's true. It's true about my generation. It's true about your generation. When can you start thinking about a woman? When you have assumed the responsibility of your own manhood about becoming a man. No more put away childish things. I no longer have time to watch SpongeBob and play video games. PlayStation goes. I was once a child. I'll put away things of a child. I'll become a man and assume the responsibility that is mine. And then I will enter in to this thing. And I say this to you because I wish someone had said this to me. Let's face it, most of you young men have not been raised to be men. That's the plight of our culture. The world would keep you as boys because men are dangerous. Satan knows a godly man of integrity is about the most dangerous thing on the face of the earth.